What's going on, everybody? Today I'm back with another YouTube video, and today I'm going to show you guys easy ways to make hard melodic beats like Hollywood Is Bleeding. I've been listening to Post Malone's album, and I'm not gonna lie, that shit is fire. I don't know if it's his best, but it is really fire though. I did hear a lot of soft synths and a lot of just a lot of contrast in it. If you don't know what contrast is, contrast basically means just offsetting it, meaning something that's the opposite of what you see. So say if you have something, in this case, a lot of the songs in the album have soft synths, but they have drums that have bounce and really dirty, grungy drums. So I figured, you know what, why not incorporate that and make a video out of it. I'll eventually do one with live guitar, but for now, I felt like this one's dope because I just hit record and was just cooking up. Quick plug, also I did put out a new MIDI kit called the Control MIDI kit. That's what I'm going to be using in this video, considering that I just have a whole bunch of original MIDI compositions and some samples in here. A big reason why I love MIDI and why I'm flipping through MIDI right now is because I like to go through all these different melodic compositions just so I can get some inspiration. So I might find the new cool sound and then I have melodies to flip through instead of trying to make something from scratch. You gotta remember, when you're in a session with an artist, it's really a lot of pressure on you, so you gotta move quick. So MIDIs is perfect. So right now I'm just gonna flip through a couple sounds, just anything that sounds right. Honestly, there's no perfect way, it's just trial and error. I'm really just trying to fill the spectrum from the low end or the mids to the highs, so that way when the 808 comes in, everything is filled and it got room for the artist. Remember, you don't have to add so many VSTs. Honestly, you don't have to add so many sounds. Just, you have to find things that fill up the spectrum, and at the end of the day, you're thinking about the song. Add this little snare. So here's a gem for you. When I was making these MIDIs, I was thinking of artists in mind and just like what would sound good in my eyes for them. So these are 51 different song ideas that came out of my head, and I just kind of created the melodies around them. So I'm going to use the bass notes of the main MIDI so that way I can use it for the 808. The 808 is also a bass instrument, so you have to kind of create melodic patterns based off of that. Any percussion that I try to do, I really try to keep it to the bare minimum so that way it could just be as simple as possible. A good helpful tip is to not hit the stop button all the time, because if you just let it play and then you just come up with just ideas, you could just use trial and error to create your drums. That's honestly the best way, because as you can see, I'm flying through this. I'm not hitting the stop button, and I'm just coming up with ideas and then just laying it down as it's going on. If you want to know how I did that, all you got to do is hit Alt-K. Basically what that does is it drags every note onto one key, so that way you can, just have it on one note. If you're having trouble with hi-hats, I did do a video, a very in-depth video on making hi-hat patterns and just different bounces. Everything is pretty much trial and error though, but I definitely recommend to check that video out. The key with hi-hats is to keep it very simple and fill up those open pockets. Like if you create like in your head the artist's melody and then you just base the hi-hats off that, everything will fit. Remember, you're thinking about the song at the end of it all, not just making a cool beat. It's always good to adjust the pan. All you gotta do is hit Alt-R and then, just mess with the setting. And that's just gonna really it's not gonna feel so one-sided. It's gonna feel like it's like bouncing back and forth, but that creates bounce though. So now to do a quick little mix. I don't have to go in depth in the mix because I'm just leveling. And 90% of the time is leveling. You don't have to add all these EQs and compressors and shit. Everything is leveling and good sound selection. I personally like to start with the 808 and the kick first because those are the most important elements, and then go to the snare, and then the hi-hats, and then the melody, because those are the most important things. Then after that I can worry about the counter melodies, and usually with the counter melodies and everything outside of the main melody, it's like wrapping around the actual melody. So it's like not the main event, but it's complementing it, if you get what I mean. Mixing is super simple, there's no reason to overcomplicate it. I do know there's more things you guys want to know, such as why do I have to choose these sounds? How do you get good at sound selection? Why do you EQ or even throw this effect on this sound? So if you guys want to know stuff like that, let me know down in the comment section so that way I can make those videos. So I decided to speed past the arrangement because I was going back and forth on things, but just a little gem, every 4 bars I switch things up, so I don't do anything special. I just go from the intro, and then 4 bars later probably something, and then 4 bars later the chorus, and then 4 bars the second half of the chorus, then another 4 bars the intro, then another 4 bars drops, and just little things here and there, and then I just repeat the whole thing. Nothing crazy, nothing special about that. If you guys want an arrangement tutorial, just definitely let me know down in the comment section. I do like to have little cutoffs and drops of things such as this. To me, that just emphasizes when a switch happens. It makes it more intense. So that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this beat. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm back with YouTube, of course. Definitely go pick up that Control MIDI kit that I just dropped. There's 50 compositions, original ones from me, and there's some samples. There's a ton of good melodies, a ton of great chord progressions, and honestly, I really challenged myself on that. If you like it, definitely cop. The link is in the bio, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.